Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and welcome to your Raw review. So there was actually some things I found decent on this show. I'm not going to go out of my way to put it over and say it was a great show, but there were some things on here I genuinely enjoyed. We started off with Alexa Bliss, her coronation, and I'll tell you something. Alexa Bliss has got personality. She's got charisma. She's knows how to work as a heel. Everything about this girl, down to her facial expressions, the attitude, this girl gets it. I see a ring full of clueless other divas, women, whatever the fuck they want to call themselves nowadays. Bliss is the first time since Trish Stratus, that I've actually seen some character in the women. I mean, my God, where has the personality been all these years for the women's division? We haven't had it in God knows how long, but it's a pleasant surprise that at least somebody on the roster is allowed to have character development. Now, is it just because they're writing it so she is able to cut this promo, or is it just that Alexa Bliss is so good she's able to just make the terrible material work? I don't know which one it is. Last week she was asking, did Bayley ever kiss a boy? So I don't know, like I said, who the fuck's writing this shit. I've been asking that for, half a decade here on YouTube. So I don't even know at this point anymore. But all I know is Bliss did a good job here. They followed up with a tag match. Bliss, Alicia Fox, Nia Jax, and Emma defeating Sasha, Bayley, Dana Brooke, and Mickie James. I mean, the thing is, you got Mickie James on the roster, and I know she was at Mania, but it's like I could barely even tell she's there. She was a major women's star. These matches, they just throw everybody together here. Have a genuine effort. Why not have Alexa Bliss against Mickie James? Why not have that be the feud? I really am not in the mood to see a rematch between the non-blue Smurf Bayley. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I mean, she looks like a goddamn fucking goofball with the side ponytail. That nose, I mean, I don't fucking even know what that's supposed to be. Is that a nose, or is that like some part of a Halloween costume? One of them fake noses that she just forgot to take off for years and years, Somebody might want to tell her about that. Anyway, Bliss's team wins. It's nice that they're making Bliss look strong, her character looks strong, she looks strong in the ring. Why can't they do this with everybody? That's the question that needs to be answered. Why can't everybody be consistent? But what scares me about this is that Bliss is really good. I'm enjoying what they're showing, with Bliss. And the thing is, Bliss is good. She's hot. She's personality in the ring. It's all good. But the thing is, WWE has flavor of the month. They always do this flavor of the week. Everybody gets a chance. It's all about equality, workplace equality with WWE. But then after they're done with you, they throw you to the side and it's time for the next jobber to get a main event slot. What a fucking mess. But anyway, Raw started off pretty good, I have to say. Gallows defeated Enzo Amore. What are they doing with Enzo and Cass? I know Cameron Morales is going to give me a hard time for this one, but I do like Enzo and Cass. They have personality. They have a character. They started off being entertaining. I don't know, what the fuck they're doing with them now. I mean, they're just this Gallows and Anderson feud that they've been having. It's been going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And they're not even going to do anything with these guys. I mean, what a fucking fail. Enzo and Cass were like the most over tag team. Instead, you've got Gallows and Anderson winning the title. You've got everybody else winning the tag titles before these guys. I mean, talk about failing to capitalize on the popularity of two superstars. This is case in point to the extreme. I mean, they fucking failed with these guys. They could have been the most over thing, but again, it's another failure in the cap of WWE. Great job there. You had Seth Rollins coming out to cut a promo. He's ready to go after the Universal title. But Finn Balor, the line starts here. The line, fuck him! Fuck Finn Balor. Fuck this fucking Irish bastard. For the fuck's sakes, I cannot stand this fucking guy. When I see him come out, this guy is not even qualified to be in a fucking indie organization. Wouldn't even be good enough to be in a fucking high school gym, for fuck's sakes. This guy would not be good enough for the cruiserweight division. I see him, and I'm just like, why are you here? How did he get this far? I don't understand. What is it about Finn Balor that's so fucking great? I don't understand what people like about him. Triple H says the girls like him even though it's a bunch of fat, disgusting males in the audience. I don't know if it's because he stomps around like a fucking, overgrown baby. I don't know if it's the accent. I don't know. Can somebody tell me instead of saying, well, he's great in the ring and he worked in Japan. Enough! I am sick. I've had it up to here, no here with fucking Finn Balor. Fuck this asshole already. I've had enough of hearing about how great he is because he worked in Japan. If you guys love Japan so much, fucking move to Japan. Stick a piece of sushi up your motherfucking ass. And while you're at it, shove 2 chopsticks up your nose while you're fucking shoving wasabi up your ass. I don't know what the fuck. What is this? This fascination about Japan. I don't know. Fucking anime motherfuckers. I don't know. But what is it? Why, if somebody works in Japan, must they be bowed down to? I don't understand why people love Japan so much when it comes to wrestling. I don't get it. I don't know. I've watched it a couple of times and I'm just like, I don't see what the fascination with New Japan Wrestling. If you automatically work in New Japan, you're the best thing since motherfucking sliced bread. But okay, so anyway, Dean Ambrose comes out. And I'll be honest, Ambrose was being entertaining here, and he was one of the best things on the show tonight. So the Miz interrupts. We're talking about an IC title shot. An IC title shot. How many times is the Miz going to win the IC belt? He was the world champion at one point. Seth Rollins is talking about the Universal title. Finn Balor won the Universal title. Why the fuck would they be so concerned all of a sudden about the IC title out of the blue? I don't get it. Like I said, I don't get the concept. If you win the world title, why the hell would you go after the secondary belt? What does that do for their career to win an IC title? It's like a placeholder. Like I said, it's like they feel bad. Like Chris Jericho winning the U.S. title. They feel bad. He hasn't won a title in a while. Let's give him something to hold. Fucking hold my fucking cock. How about that? It doesn't make any fucking sense. If you were to win a world title, would you just want to win a secondary title? No! You'd want to win the fucking best one. Then Dean Ambrose, he made a cell phone call to Kurt Angle in the middle of the ring, so it plays off his goofiness. So it's more that he's just a goofball and not so much a lunatic. He's an entertaining goofball. I'll say that, guys, I might have said things about Dean Ambrose, that he's a plain-looking guy and everything, but he's entertaining. I will say that. So I did enjoy this segment. I don't get the psychology of it, of why they would want to pursue the Intercontinental title, especially What, since Rollins just got finished saying he's ready to do the Universal title, I mean, he did beat Triple H. So I would say that he kind of seems more credible for a world title run than an IC title run. I just don't know why. Jack Gallagher, you know, and some fucking jobbers beat Tony Nese and Brian Kendrick. I didn't even want to write these names down because I don't even know who they were. Rich Swann was also there, who's also, I think he was also a cruiserweight champ as well. I'm just like, I don't know. Unless you watch 205 Live, who the fuck gives a fuck about these guys? It's all about Neville and Aries, and you know, the only one they try to seem to promote is also T.J. Perkins, who now, by the way, is TJP. Don't get caught saying T.J. Perkins. You might get a fucking electroshock or some shit. Sheamus and Cesaro came out for a promo. It was okay. You know, like a little bit on the bland side. The Hardys came out. They said they're ready for their response. They did the delete. And then they went down to the ring. So they're not... and then Cesaro and Sheamus bail out. Why are they bail... They do this way too much. More chicken shit heel tactics. Enough with the fucking bailing out of the ring already. You just beat the shit out of them. You knock Jeff Hardy's tooth out. Stay in the ring and brawl with them. At least for a couple of seconds anyway. They pull the same thing, so... There's no broken gimmick yet, so, you know, I don't know if we're going to end up doing it or not. We might just get a couple of little, you know, deletes and a couple of, you know, Matt Hardy saying certain words like broken Matt, but I don't know if they're ever going to do it. If they don't break them after this attack, which they didn't, I don't see when they're ever going to do it. Ambrose was backstage. You know, he interfered in an interview with The Miz. I liked how they did it. You know, The Miz wasn't paying attention. He was looking off into the distance, like infatuated with his new movie, The Marine 5. I can't believe they've made the 5th Marine movie. I mean, holy fucking shit. It's like the Friday the 13th movies. Like, I can't believe how far they fucking got. So... You know, and then all of a sudden, it's, you know, Charlie backstage, and then you've got Dean Ambrose all of a sudden standing there. You know, so that was pretty funny how they managed to do that. Then you had, he also did he threw back to ringside. He says, "Back to you, Gorilla," which was pretty funny. You know, like I said, Ambrose is another guy. I'm not sure if he ad-libs, but, you know, he's entertaining for the most part. He was a world champion, by the way. Just want to put that out there because, you know, it's pretty forgettable. But Apollo Crews beat Heath Slater. The only thing I liked about this was the photo bomb. Titus O'Neil was taking a picture, and Rhino is, you know, photo bombing. You know, what is the thing here? Like, Titus O'Neil just started hanging out with Crews after one promo, and there's no follow-up. Like, wouldn't it be cool to at least see maybe, like, something shot outside of the arena? Maybe Titus O'Neil and, you know, Tony Nese, like, hanging out somewhere. You know what I mean? Maybe going shopping for a suit to improve, you know, Cruz's image. You know, something like that, or maybe taking him out to buy him a Rolex, or, you know, just teaching him certain things. It would be interesting, but they don't like to do interesting. They don't like to do intriguing stuff outside the ring to develop one's character. So I might be crazy there. You know, the character development. You know, Kurt Angle was in the ring. Somehow Braun Strowman tore his rotator cuff, but he's still able to do this. I don't know. I like this little segment. Bray Wyatt appeared. Just the way, the mood, Kurt Angle looking at Bray Wyatt. I know they've done this time and time again. I know it's going to be impossible to make Bray a credible threat anymore. But, you know, you got a little bit of momentum there. I did enjoy House of Horrors. The thing last, you know, the previous night of them coming back to the ring was goofballish, but, you know, still. I liked the whole demeanor here and the whole setting with Bray Wyatt. And it was a genuinely good promo. I felt a little something here. So just, I don't know, things felt a little bit more on point with the promos on this episode of Raw. Dean Ambrose was backstage goofing around with Seth Rollins. You know, they were kind of throwing back to the Shield days, talking about how they know each other, but how they could still kick each other's asses. You know, it was entertaining. Like I said, Ambrose was on the ball tonight. He's not on the ball every night, but for some reason, I don't know, the guy had a bit of caffeine. He might have taken some speed. He took the E-pill. I don't know what the fuck he was on, but some shit was different about Ambrose. He was more entertaining than usual. Austin Aries defeated TJP. Now you guys know this is TJ Perkins. He was TJ Perkins about a week ago. Now he's TJP. Make sure, Michael Cole, that you say TJP as much as you can. TJP, TJP, TJP. Shut up! Shut the fuck up already! His name was Perkins! It was Perkins! I know it was Perkins! I fucking saw that it was Perkins last week! Now it's TJP. TJP, so we can't call him Perkins anymore. TJP, 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 TJ. I don't get it. It's kind of like back in 2000 when wrestling was good. Remember, you know, Billy Gunn had that match with, you know, Steven Richards with the right to censor, and they wrestled for the, you know, for the name of Mr. Ass with Billy Gunn. I never called him Mr. Ass. I mean, I liked the Mr. Ass character, but I always called him Billy Gunn anyway. And I remember when he lost the moniker in the match, that was the stipulation. If he lost, he couldn't use Mr. Ass anymore. So they stopped calling him Mr. Ass, and I remember, you know, Michael Cole had or JR had wondered out loud. They said, what are we going to call Mr. Ass now? And I was always like, well, Billy Gunn. You know, and I even said this, and I remember I was like 13 when this happened. I was like, why don't we call him Billy Gunn? And then I remember, like, Michael Cole suggested, well, what about Billy G? Billy G? His name's Billy Gunn! What the fuck? Billy G? He was Billy Gunn before he was Mr. Ass. I mean, so, Billy G, TJP, fuck me, rhyming like this, holy fuckery, I don't know, with TJP, shut the fuck up already! I don't know, anyway, TJP was trying to be a heel here by keeping, you know, Austin Aries in the submission, you know, after the bell. You know, even though Aries had already won, he's trying to be a heel, guys. I'm not buying him as a heel. He's a fucking nerd. Instead of TJP, maybe we should have called him TJ Nerdkins. Nerdkins, right? Nerdkins. How about that? That's a better name. I believe that because he looks like a goddamn fucking nerd. Fucking TJ Nerdkins here. Backstage at Dean Ambrose messing with Finn Balor, you know, telling him to eat a carb, he hands him a donut. Then the Drifter came by. Ambrose asked him if he knows any Pearl Jam. I was just enjoying Ambrose tonight. You know, he was being goofy, he was being fun. It was to break up a bit of the monotony of Raw and WWE in general, so I enjoyed it. Backstage, the Golden Truth, they were asking for a title shot, a tag title shot. Why is this even a team? I don't understand it. Goldust gets in the best shape of his life. I've talked about this. All he wanted to do was feud with his brother Cody. Cody's in the Indies. Now, Goldust is stuck doing... I mean, like, Goldust is like a guy who paid his dues, and this is how McMahon treats him. McMahon is just a fucking asshole, for fuck's sakes. I mean, here's a guy that's got more talent and charisma than half the roster, and he's stuck rotting in a fucking worthless tag team with R-Truth. In the main event, it was Miz defeating Rollins and Balor, which made me happy because I like the Miz. I was happy to see him win, but another Intercontinental title match for Miz. I mean, these guys, they wrestle for fucking years. And I'm thinking about it to myself, Miz was wrestling at the WrestleMania I attended, which was in 2013, WrestleMania 29. And he is still wrestling for the IC title. I mean, is he ever going to get near the world title where he was a year, in 2011 and 2010? Is he ever going to get back to that point? Or, are they just going to have him keep having infinite, IC title matches? Because that's the way how it seems. I mean, and also, it's like you've got, and Bray Wyatt appeared again. So it's like, 1 week, he was picking on Dean Ambrose. Then he decided that he was going to pick on Finn Balor, or it was actually the other way around. Then he's having a match with Randy Orton. Who is he having a feud with? This is what I don't understand. Who is this guy having a feud with? I think he's having a feud with your mom. I mean, for fuck's sakes, this guy is having feuds with everybody on the roster. I mean, at what point do they say, like, okay, we need to, put it to one feud? But maybe that's the thing, I don't know. Now the Miz is going to be, involved in a feud with Ambrose for the IC title. So, I don't understand. Now, we're just going to have him, focus on Finn Balor, I guess. I guess so. And I don't really want to see that match. In fact, I don't want to even see Finn Balor at all. I don't know. Anyway, guys, there were some things I genuinely enjoyed on Raw. It wasn't a very exciting show. It wasn't a very eventful show. But there were entertaining parts to it. It wasn't the worst thing ever, but it definitely wasn't great. It wasn't good. It was entertaining. Alexa Bliss, Dean Ambrose, they all did, they did a good job of entertaining me. So at least I was happy with that. Other than that, like I said, business as usual. WWE still not going anywhere. They're not doing anything. Where's Brock Lesnar? We heard about the Beast, but, we're not going to see him. It was all about the IC title. I mean, so it's like we're just going to basically say, okay, Universal titles on Lesnar. We won't see it to SummerSlam. This is the problem here. Just pay the guy more to let him be on TV, for fuck's sakes. I mean, what is this? Like, a world title is not on the show. I don't understand, like, how they do this. Anyway, guys, there's your Raw review. Until next time, motherfuckers.